Boy, have I been waiting for this call.
All right, all right. I bet you have. Forget about today's burial. I know you had stuff from yesterday or the day before. So, uh,
Yeah, I mean, do I ever? This could possibly be the number one podcast, I think.
well, maybe. And I mean, you got to do something with the content. But for sure, it is probably going to be the most stacked episode of the Furlough Files in terms of what's on the plate here. So,
Yeah,
let's hit the ground running, buddy. What do you got?
it's been a pretty weird couple days here. So it all starts off. I feel like I'm telling a story,
That's what we do here.
and I want everybody to know that Grumpy Ben doesn't know this story yet because I held it from you because
Yeah.
I wanted your genuine reaction.
I mean, I have the broadest of broad strokes, but that's it.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. So it was a couple nights ago here, 2 nights ago.
Uh-huh.
My son has basketball practice. It's about 25 minutes away. So I usually I drop him off. I go to Target. I do some laps around Target. I end up spending money
This
and
was
blah blah blah.
literally right after we spoke for the last
This was
one.
Monday. This was Monday. Right. Monday.
Tuesday. You mean.
So sorry, Tuesday.
Yeah.
Tuesday. I don't even know what day it is. Tuesday. So this happened Tuesday. So I drop him off. I run my errands. Everything's great.
Mhm.
I get to go pick him up, and I'm early. So I turn my car off and I start walking. I'm trying to hit my 10,000 steps. So first thing that happens is I get out of my car. I take 4 or 5 steps and I look up, and there's a deer standing right there. So I go try to slowly take my phone out because I got to make a TikTok.
Right.
And I go to take my phone out, and the deer looks at me, and we're like staring eye to eye. And I froze because I was like, okay, maybe he'll forget I'm here. He'll put his head back down. I could take the phone out. In my head, I'm thinking I'm gonna run after him. And then I'm like, wait, what if he runs after me? This will be a good TikTok.
Right.
I take my phone out, and he takes off running. He's gone. It's a
Right.
baby. He jets.
Ah.
So I'm like, I missed it.
Oh dear.
So I do my walk. Right. Wow. Dad joke.
Yeah.
So I do my walk. I'm getting my steps in because I don't want to be the fattest in the group. And
I don't think you have to worry about that anymore.
I don't think so. We'll get to that later.
Crying laugh. I guess.
So I get in the car, and Nick is done with practice. I turn the car on, put it in reverse. He gets in the car, I put it in reverse. We back out. I put it in drive, and the car just starts malfunctioning. I mean, it's going fucking haywire. I got lights flashing. It looks like what's his name? Kit? Is that the car's name that talked from
Knight Rider?
Was it Knight Rider?
Yeah.
I got lights flashing. Everything is. I mean, I don't know what's going on, but the car has the engine shut off. There's no engine running. We're dead.
Yeah.
But lights are flashing. The car it's in drive, but it's not moving. So I put it back to park, and on the knob, I got one of those knob things. It's not like a shifter thing. It's a knob. I put it back in the park, and the car is just rolling. So it's flashing, put your emergency brake on. So now I got my emergency brake on. I'm like, what is going on? The car is stuck in reverse on the screen, but the thing is in park, but there's no power to the vehicle. So I'm like, crap, it's 8:30 at night. My daughter's home alone. I'm like, I got to get home. We hadn't even eaten dinner yet, so I was like, I got to get home and make dinner.
It sounds like the computer just took a major shit in the car.
Right.
Yeah.
It's shot, right? So, okay. So I'm able to get it back in the spot. And, his coach comes over. We're kind of looking. He's like, I don't know anything about cars. I was like, I don't know either. The two of us, I have the hood open as if I'm some sort of mechanic.
Like
And
something's gonna, like a
Right.
giant arrow's gonna point. It's here, dummy. You know?
Right.
Yeah.
So he's with me, and we're both looking like the concerned look. I'm like rubbing my face, like And he looks at me and he goes, I don't know shit about cars. I said, I don't know shit about cars either. So,
But
he's
you
like,
look like two
yes.
men with your hands on your hips, Looking at
Like
an engine.
I actually had my hand on my chin as if I was stroking my beard as if I knew what I was doing.
Right, man stuff.
So
Yeah.
right. So neither of us know nothing. He's like, I don't know. I'm a basketball coach. I was like, I don't know. I'm an idiot. I have no idea. So
I'm a TikToker. Hello.
I called my boss.
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
So it's a company vehicle. So I called my boss. What is that noise?
What noise?
There's a noise.
There's no noise.
There's a noise. What are you doing? You farting? It sounds like you're farting.
No, there's no noise. I think you're just trying to. You're.
No, there's a noise going.
I don't hear
It's
it.
just shoddy equipment.
It might be.
Shoddy equipment.
Maybe it's the ceiling fan. Anyways,
well, now there's going to be a background noise on my story, and then I'm going to get messages tomorrow that there's a noise, and then I got to blame you.
Anthony, this fan hasn't been turned off in like 2 years. If it's in the background of this podcast, it's in the background of every podcast.
There's a noise. I hear it right now.
Okay.
I wish I could sound record this noise. Anyway,
well, guess
you're
what?
going to listen back on this.
Somebody is.
You're going to listen back on this.
Yeah.
You're going to listen back and go, there's a noise.
Okay.
You're going to call me in an hour and go, there's a noise. Tell the story again.
Well, while you're...
Anyway.
I might do that anyways. I'll jiggle some wires while you're talking and pretend like I'm fixing things. Go ahead.
Make sure it's recording.
Yeah, so I'm watching it. Go.
The car, I don't know. I called my boss. My boss says, call this number. I called this number. The guy on the other line sounds like he's at home, lives in his mom's basement. He's probably eating a pizza. He's got pepperoni on his chest.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like trying to play like he knows. And I was like, well, you're not here. How do you know what's wrong with the car? He's like, oh, sounds like it's an electrical thing. I was like, well, no shit. So
that really narrows it down. Thanks.
Right. So then he's like, okay, we're going to get a tow truck out there. I said, okay, how long? He says, hour and a half. Now, I live in like some sort of metro city here. Where did this tow truck driver come from that he was going to take an hour and a half to get there at 9 o'clock at night? It's not like it was midnight. So I'm like, okay, whatever. I'm going to Uber home because I can't sit here. I don't have the time for that, right?
I got to work out.
Right. Well, I already worked out. So I said, okay, cool. I Uber home.
Mm-hmm.
I take my Uber, me and Nick. The Uber comes. The Uber took about 30 minutes. So now it's like 10 o'clock. So my poor daughter, she's at home starving, horrible father. So
she can't grab some Pop-Tarts or figure it out?
Please. These kids, come on. You're lucky they can wipe their own ass.
We're not even sure about that.
Right. We don't even know if they do. So I leave the car there. The car's dead, whatever, shot. So Uber comes. He pulls up. He's pulling up. We're at a middle school, and he's driving around. I'm wait. I mean, it's 10 o'clock at night. There's nobody at the school but me and my son.
Mm-hmm.
I'm waving. He drives right past. I'm like, you got to be shitting me. So he finally comes back around, and he's like, oh, I didn't know that was you. I'm like, who else would be waving at the Uber driver at a middle school in the pitch black at 10 o'clock at night? On a Tuesday.
I mean, were there other people? There weren't other people there.
No, everybody left already.
Right. So yeah,
the school's pitch black.
Right.
So we get in this vehicle, and let me tell you, this guy could not see. First of all, he couldn't see. So we turn out of it's dark, but there's some lights. We turn out of the school, and he's like hitting the brake every 2 seconds. I said, "You okay?" And he said, "I can't see the road."
Oh, my God.
I said, oh, we're fucked. I look over at Nick, and Nick's saying a prayer. Nick's never said a prayer in his life. So I'm like, oh, we're fucked. We're fucked. He proceeded to drive it's 9 or 10 miles from my house. It took him like 40 minutes to get us home. He couldn't see the entire, it's a one-lane road the whole way. And all he did was go 15 miles an hour, hit the brake. Go hit the brake. I'm nauseous now. Now I want to throw
God,
up.
that's stop and go shit. Oh, by the way,
he's an
old
man.
By the way, what's that noise?
That's a plane flying overhead.
No, there's like a bird or something or a squeaky door.
That's a plane.
All right.
I'm outside.
Yeah,
maybe it is a bird.
There was a bird. It. You know what's funny? It shut up the second I talked about it, just so I look crazy.
Yeah, no bird.
All right.
Anyway,
So
so
this guy's reaching the
we
back
herky
seat.
jerky all the way home. I mean, we're herky jerking. I'm talking stop and go, stop and go. He can't. The light would be green and he would be stopping. So and I'm very like I just can't shut up. I was like the light's green. He's like oh like he couldn't even tell the light was green. So
That's like real vision problems. Like
and we're not even stopping at the line. We're stopping like 7 cars back with no cars there. There's not even anybody on the road. We're the only people on the road. So he's herking jerking. Mind you, he had no air conditioning on.
oh,
We live in the South. It's 80 degrees at night and it's humid. I was so nauseous. I felt like I was in the car with Howard Brody. So I'm nauseous. I'm nauseous. I'm sick. Nick is nauseous. He's rubbing his head. And Nick's like a real nervous person with that shit. So he's like freaking out. So we're about 2 minutes from the house and there's a roundabout.
uh-huh.
He starts texting, but not just texting with the phone in hand. He's texting he takes the directions off while it's in the holder and he's texting, but he's directly looking at the phone. And as we're approaching this roundabout, so I'm like waiting till the last second. I was like, I don't want to be a dick. I was like, hey, oh, the roundabout. He's like, ho, ho, and stops. When I tell you stop, he stops. Like the tires were touching the front of the roundabout.
How
Like we were about to go right over it.
how fast were you going?
Like 10 miles an hour because he was trying to text.
You know what? I would have let him. I would have let him do it, and then sued Uber or Lyft or whoever you used.
Oh, it was what am I, Jackie?
Yeah. You remember he got in an
He
accident?
got in a car accident
in
in
an
an
Uber.
Right.
Was
So
stuck. He
I
was stuck
not
on the
even
highway for
playing-
like an hour, and it like put a.
I'm not even playing with you. The first thing, 2 seconds into the drive, I'm like, oh my God, I'm going to have to tell the guys a Jackie happened to me. Like, that's what I was thinking. They're not going to believe me.
I mean, he was stuck on the highway for like an hour. He put
I
a
remember
call.
that. I
Did he put
remember.
like a call out on Facebook and
Yeah,
and someone
for somebody to come pick him up.
somebody
right?
random came and got him like
Right.
like a like a JB Cool type guy or something.
That's so funny.
It was someone like that. It was a weird
Wow.
or a J Dog or somewhat. You know what I mean? It was
I was
one of
going to
those.
say J-Dog. I almost feel like it was J-Dog.
It's funnier if it was, even if it wasn't.
Right. So he stops at the roundabout. Now we're dead stop in the roundabout with his tires touching the front of the roundabout. So he has to back up because if he goes, we're going right over the grass. So he backs up and he goes, and I'm like, and he starts to go to the left. I was like, whoa, whoa, straight, because he's got the directions off because texting, right?
Right.
So
He could see the texting. He just can't see anything else. It's funny how his vision
Right, well,
works.
he had the texting on like the largest possible font
Oh
in
my
history.
God.
Right, like my dad has that font, but this guy was old. He was old.
Oh.
And so we go around the roundabout, and when you come to my house, like he put the GPS back on, and when you come up, there's like a farm to the left, and then once you pass the farm is the entrance to my neighborhood. This motherfucker starts to turn into the farm. Now, mind you, it's a dirt road. It's pitch black. I was like, no, 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 no. And he spoke like broken English. He was some sort of Caribbean or Haitian or something.
Easy now.
And
Easy now.
I'm just stating the facts. I'm not
All right.
saying anything wrong with that. So he goes to turn into the farm. So now we're going to go down this dark road on a farm where these people shoot guns all the time. I was like, we're dead. This is it. This is how I die. So he backs out of the farm, goes back into this main road, which is one lane each way. It's pitch black.
Mhm.
And he turns into my neighborhood. Now, my driveway is probably half a football field long from the start of my driveway to my garage. This asshole pulls 2 tires into the driveway and stops. I was like, you gonna pull up? He's like, oh, no, no. I was like, no. Like, that's a fucking walk. So I get out of the car. Me and Nick get out of the car. We get our stuff. I said, oh, thanks, buddy. He's like, yeah, yeah, yeah. We get out of the car. We're walking to the driveway. He hits the gas instead. He goes in drive and hits the gas instead of backward. Now me and Nick are at the garage. I'm entering the code to the garage. He's now gunned it to halfway down my driveway.
Oh my God.
But he could have dropped us off there. So I go in the house and Lex is like, hey, I mean, like 2-3 minutes go by. She's like, he's like backing up, but he's really not moving. So the 3 of us are looking out of the window and he's like creeping because he's so nervous to back out of this driveway. He's going like 2 miles an hour.
Is your driveway on an angle?
No, it's a straight shot.
I thought maybe
No,
he
straight
he
shot.
actually put it in neutral and was revving it and was just slowly backing out
Yeah, I
because
don't
you're
know.
on a
He shouldn't be
slant or
driving.
something. Yeah.
No, so he shouldn't be driving. So anyway, he's out. He gets out. Cool. So now I'm like, what do I do? I don't have a car. You know,
So what'd you
I
give
got
him?
things to do. I got
Did
work.
you
I
give
got
him?
kids.
Did you give him 4 stars?
But I gave him one.
Yeah.
No tip. No tip for you, pal.
Yeah. I never tip. I never tip. I'm terrible with that
So
because I'm like, am I ever gonna see that guy again? You know.
right, no, fuck him. So I called my boss again. And I says, what do I do about a car? He says, just rent one. So this is where it gets good. This is part two.
Mm.
So I make a reservation. Boom, boom, boom. Enterprise.com. Reservation 9 a.m. Compact vehicle.
Do they come
Boom.
drop it off, pick you up? What do they do?
Oh, let me get there, pal. I hit reserve. So 8:30 comes around. I call Enterprise. It was about 8:15. I said, "Hey, I have a 9 a.m. reservation. I need someone to come pick me up." She says, "Oh, we ain't doing that due to COVID." I said, "Well, your website says you are." She said, "Well, we're not." I said, "Well, I got to Uber there then because I got to come pick up this vehicle 9 o'clock." She asked my name. I give it to her, confirmation number, blah blah blah. Sir, your vehicle's here. You're good to go. Cool. I get an Uber. $19 later. I got to tell you this part too, because this Uber driver was almost as bad. So the Uber comes. I'm in work clothes. I have a Miami Hurricanes polo on, got some khaki pants, dress pants, and got my backpack with me. That's how I carry my stuff in. I get in her car, and it smells like a Newport, like she's done sucked down a pack of Newports before picking me up.
Yeah.
So I I get in the car and I hate the smell of cigarette smoke. It drives me nuts.
Hmm.
So I get in the vehicle. I look to my left. There is cigarette ash all over the seat, everywhere. Just like she's probably got windows open, just puffing and ditching it out the window.
That's
And it's
filthy.
going in the other window. Right,
Yeah.
filthy. The car smells like a Newport. Which if you're an Uber driver, man, I would be like, I don't know. I think I would be different. I don't know. Maybe they don't give a fuck. I don't know. So I get in the car and she's got the radio blasting with Steve Harvey morning show. So I'm just in my own world, just texting in the back of the vehicle there, and Steve Harvey's talking about how Trump is racist and this, that, and the other. And I was like uncomfortable anyway in the back. So I was like, "Hey, how you doing?" And she glanced over, pulled down her mask, and said, "Good," and put it back up and never looked back at me again. I was like, "Cool." So again, I'm trying to be friendly. Anyway,
Yeah. That
we
backfired
get to
miserably.
right. We get to Enterprise, and I see Enterprise has a tent set up with chairs underneath, not social distanced, and a lady at a podium at the front door. So I'm putting two to two together and go, I guess we're not allowed inside. So I go up there and I said, "Hi, it's 9:30. I had a reservation for 9 o'clock. I called. I'm here to pick up my car." She says, "Oh, you're 30 minutes late. We don't have your car anymore."
Oh
I'm like,
no.
whoa, 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 whoa.
Oh
Now,
no.
I am, I'm the nicest guy in the world. I just lost it because I get very, like, I was so angry. I said, "What the fuck do you mean?" That's what I said to her. And she said, "Excuse me?" I said, "I reserved a car, 9 o'clock. It's 9:30 because you guys don't pick up. I had to get an Uber, which made me late. I called. You said you had my car. In the 30 minutes you've let my car go?" She said, "You see those 10 people under the tent?" I said, "Yeah." She goes, "We don't have cars for them either." So I said, "You ready for this? This is Seinfeld 101. I said, "What's the point of a reservation?" And she's like, "Well, that's just how we do it. When the cars are returned, you'll get a car." I said, "So I have to wait in line with them?" She said they had reservations for 8, 8:15, 8:30, 9, and
Oh my
9:30.
god. So what's
So
so let me see if I figure this out. So what's happening is that your reservation is for a car
right.
that they're expecting to have already been returned and hasn't been returned.
Right.
And now you're just waiting for those returns. Wow.
Right. So, like, to me, that's not a. I mean,
No,
that's fucked
yeah,
up.
right. It's like you know how to take the reservation, but you don't know how
Right.
to hold the reservation.
Right. Right.
To
And if
quote,
anybody's ever seen the Seinfeld episode,
right.
that's it.
She's like,
What's the point of a reservation?
she's like, I know how a reservation works. She's like, I don't think you do. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's the attitude I was. It was almost the same thing. And now, like, I'm in between laughing and like wanting to tell you, but I'm like, no, this is great podcast stuff. And then I was so angry. I'm like, so I told her, can I have a minute? Like, I just need a minute to think this over. She's like, you can have as long as you want. I mean, you ain't going nowhere. We don't have any cars. So I step back and I do the most Karen thing ever. What do you think I did?
I don't know.
Come on. I got on the tweet machine and I
Oh,
tweeted
you Twittered.
Enterprise.
That's not a Karen.
immediately.
That's not a Karen thing. A Karen thing would have been asking for the manager.
Well,
this-
I tweeted
right.
Enterprise,
Okay.
and within seconds, they were like, what's your reservation? I sent them a screen capture of it, and I said, this is utter bullshit. I said, it's 95 degrees outside. I got sweat dripping down my balls over here in my dress clothes. I got to go to work. I had a reservation, and you don't have any cars? So they're like, oh, our regional manager's going to get on it. Well, 9:30 turns into, next thing I know, it's 11 o'clock. And I keep going back to the podium. I'm like, hey, you got anything? And they're like, no. They're like, we'll call you when it's ready. There's no chairs to sit in. I'm fucking melting outside. Literally, my shirt is soaking wet. My shirt was, I had a green Hurricanes polo on. It was soaking wet.
Could you imagine having to have done this 40 pounds ago?
I would have died. I may have died right there. So I've already drank my coffee. I already drank my gallon of water was done already by 11. I was so furious. I had to pee. And I said, do you have a bathroom? She said, oh, we can't let you inside. So again, in my anger, I said, so we're not allowed inside because of COVID, but you have 10 chairs spaced 1 inch apart under a 10-foot tent with no social distancing? I said, that's fucking moronic. Like, that doesn't even make sense. She said, I don't make the rules. Okay, you're right. You're just the lady at the podium. Cool. That's cool. 11:30 rolls around. 12 o'clock rolls around. Now I'm sunburned. I'm pouring sweat. And she's like, every time I go there, she's like, well, you can just go home or go to another location. I said, I don't have a car. I Ubered here. She's like, well, you could Uber home.
You should have.
I was like, I don't think you understand. Well,
you should have just Ubered to and from work those days and sent the.
yeah, but I need a car because Nick has practice and I got things I got to do.
Oh boy.
So 12 o'clock rolls around. I'm still standing because no one's left their seat, obviously. I got a guy, some guy, he was there so long, he had Uber Eats drop Chick-fil-A off to him. That's how long we were there for. And he was munching away on it.
That's terrible.
So, terrible. Terrible.
Don't they, did they offer you anything to drink or
Nothing.
food?
No, we're all dehydrated out there, and they're just, they're going about their business in and out of the store.
Oh my God.
So 12 o'clock goes on. I get another tweet from another DM from Enterprise, and I was like, "This is utter bullshit." Like, I'm cursing in the tweet. Like, I'm over it. Like, this is bullshit. Like, I will never go with you guys again. Like they give a shit. Well, all of a sudden she comes over because they asked me what location I was at. So I don't know if a call was made or something. She comes over and she says, "Anthony?" I said, "Yeah." She goes, "At this point, we're just going to give you a minivan." I said, "What?" She said, "A minivan."
What does it?
Because
wait, what does that mean at this point? Like, did they have that the whole time?
the fucking minivan was there the whole time.
You
The
asshole!
whole
Did you make
fucking
it? Did you make it
time.
clear? Like, you don't care what vehicle? Just get me in. Get me in some
do you know-
wheels.
I even said to her, the first 2 minutes I was up there when she said, I said, I don't even care if it costs more. My company's paying for it. I just need a vehicle now. I think I angered her so much, she was like, fuck this guy, he's waiting.
Right.
So when
I
she
and
comes over
I've
and
done that
she's,
to
yeah,
people. Yeah.
right, right. She says, the minivan. I saw that minivan was sitting there since the minute I got there. So I said, yeah, I'll take it. I don't even care. Like at this point,
I'm like
I've got to,
I'm like, you
right,
mean the one that's been there the whole time that I said I had
right,
no problem paying to rent?
right. So this is at 12 o'clock.
Oh my god.
So I said, what's the extra charge? She said, we're just giving it to you for what you were going to pay.
Oh,
Okay, cool.
what a bunch of
Somebody made a
sports.
call,
What a
right?
sport. Right.
Obviously. Right, right. So, okay, cool, cool. I said, can we go now? She said, it's not ready yet. I, I said, it's sitting right there. What do you mean? She said, it's actually really, really dirty. Whoever had it before did a number on this thing. So they had to put it through the car wash. They had to clean the inside, disinfect it because of COVID.
But wait a minute. It's been there this whole time and no one's been cleaning it?
It's literally just sitting in the parking lot.
So they just decided to clean it once they decided to rent it?
Once they decided, let's just give the asshole the minivan.
Oh my god. Oh.
Right.
So like your
So,
whole day is your whole work day is over at this point.
well, 12:30, she comes back and she says, it's ready. It's coming now. Okay, cool. Gets me the minivan.
Are you
Good.
getting any heat from anybody else there now? Because you have basically jumped the line.
Well, so the other people, this is what's really fucked up. I started to notice that about 11:45, 12 o'clock, before she told me the minivan was good to go, I noticed them taking people to cars that had been sitting there already. Like, like they would call like, oh, Miss Sanders? Yeah, okay. And they're taken to a car that's been sitting there the entire 3 hours.
This is a sick and
So
they're playing a sick and twisted game here. I don't know what
I'm
it
like,
is,
what
but
the fuck is going on? Right. So then I get I get the minivan. So anyway, I got this nice white Dodge Caravan. It's got rims. I mean, it's hooked up to the fullest. The story gets better.
did you get insurance on it?
No, because my company, it's on my company credit card, so they do like my company has like the insurance gimmick.
I mean,
Like
I would
Amex
do
has
it.
an insurance gimmick.
I would do it just because at this point, fuck them. They put you
Well,
through the ringer. I'd put that car through the ringer. You know.
oh, the story gets better. We're not done, pal.
Okay.
It's almost like you read my mind. So I get in the car. I'm covered in sweat. My whole day's ruined. I was supposed to go visit some stores on the north side of Atlanta. Can't do that. I said, I'm not going to go home, even though I'm disgusting. I'm going to go hit a store that's 15 minutes away. I'm going to hit the store that's 15 minutes away. I'll hit that store. I'll go to my office after, which is 15 minutes back to where I was. I'll finish my day early. I'll go home, whatever. I got some stuff to do. I am not 3 minutes into the drive and a rock hits the fucking windshield.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Like cracked it?
Oh, I don't notice anything. I just hear a sound. And it's funny because I remember hearing the sound and I look around, I look to the left, look to the right, I said, what the fuck was that? I don't see anything. But I heard it, right?
Right.
Like I heard the sound. I don't see anything. And I even thought, was that a rock? No, we're cool. I don't know. What the fuck was that? So no big deal. I do my job, whatever. I go to the office, blah, blah, blah. I come home. I got to take Nick to practice. And I get Lex. We get in the car. And I said, what is that, bird shit on the window? And Nick said, no, that's a crack. I thought it was bird shit. It cracked the window.
Wow. But it wasn't there. It wasn't there when you were driving.
I didn't notice it. And when I did the check of the car, I was so angry at that point that I only checked the back of the car, and I'm not even kidding you, he guided me to look at the back. He opened the trunk, he closed it, he looked at the one side, and then I started to walk to the front of the car, and he cut me off and said, sign right here.
Oh.
Almost like they knew the window was cracked. So, and I didn't notice it. The crack is really small. It looks like bird shit. So either they fucked me or that rock hit the window because I heard something. I just don't know what.
Right.
But I don't remember seeing that. Like, I don't know. I wasn't really looking. It's on the passenger side,
Oh, this
and
sounds
it's low.
shady. This sounds shady.
Right, right. So now I got this crack in the window. So I'm trying to go two ways here. Do I just drop it off and act like nothing happened, or what? I don't know.
I
Or do
don't.
I call them and say, "Oh, I don't know what the fuck happened here."
I don't know. Uh, I
I
just.
feel like I got swerved because I was an asshole.
You might have. But at the
But
if
was I an asshole, or were they the assholes?
uh, I mean both. I mean bad behavior doesn't uh beget bad
Right,
behavior, kind of thing. You know,
right.
two wrongs don't make a right. I don't know.
Now, so now I got this little crack in the window. Now, I'm not even done with the story yet. I really hope people are following along here because there's more.
I mean,
So
is this crack? This crack's not growing. Like you know, when you crack a window,
it's
sometimes
not. It's literally
it starts to
really
like get to
small.
be a bigger thing.
No,
Yeah.
it's not.
Okay.
It's not. It's not. So, okay, cool. So I'm driving this van. I drive it today. And let me tell you, I am soccer mom all day in this van. It is comfortable. It is roomy. It is spacious. It's got a great sound system, a nice little camera to back up. I mean, the screen is like a movie theater. It's got track lights. It's got like LED lights all over the car, and the kids love it. I'm thinking I may buy a minivan. That's how nice it is. So, but they're probably expensive. So I call for my car today. Company vehicle. Company takes care of it. Sorry, I called yesterday. Hey, my car's been there for 24 hours almost. What's it look like? This motherfucker says, I don't know where the key is. I said, dude, nobody's called to ask me where the key is? Like, I mean, it's been all day. He said, I'm going to be honest with you. I didn't look for it till you just called.
Wait
It
a
was
minute.
just sitting there.
Wait a minute. Your car was done and they couldn't find the keys, or they hadn't even worked on it
No,
yet.
they didn't even know it was there.
Oh my god.
So my tow truck driver was like, I called him, and he's like, whoa, no, no, no. There's a drop box. Everything's in the drop box. They never looked into the drop box to see if a car. They don't see some random car sitting there. So
So your car's been sitting there and it hasn't even been touched. They don't.
right. So
They don't
I
even ask like
no
whose car is this? What's it doing here? Why not?
nothing. No.
Oh my
So
god.
today
Mm-hmm.
I call at 4 o'clock. I don't hear from him all day. 4 o'clock rolls around. Hey, the car, blah blah blah. You know this, that, the other. He's like, yeah, the battery's dead. I said, yeah, yeah, no, I know because the lights were on when I left it for the tow. The lights were on. The car wouldn't turn on, but none of the lights would shut off. The battery's probably toast by now. I said, well, I mean, you're a fucking mechanic. Can't you jump the battery, put something,
Put a new
right?
battery
Like
in.
the
Whatever.
battery store. I'm not even kidding you. The battery store is connected to the place. I'm not even kidding you. It's an actual car battery store connected to the place. Put it in, check and see. He says, let me call you back in 30 minutes.
Oh my
Okay?
god.
Calls me back in 30 minutes. It's 4:30 now, today. And he says, his exact words were, yeah, it's not the battery. I said, yeah, I know that. I said, what? I mean, I think it's the transmission because it was stuck in reverse, I think. The gears, something with the gears are an electrical issue. I said, I'm not a mechanic, but I'm pretty sure that's what it is. He said, yeah, the transmission guy was here today, but he didn't get a chance to look at it. I was like, we're on 2 days now, pal. Like, I need my car. Like, I need to know, or I need to know, should I extend the rental on this one because I only rented it till Saturday.
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, we close at 5. It's 4:30. We close at 5. It's not gonna happen today. We'll try to get to it tomorrow. I was like, listen, I need to know by tomorrow. If you can fix it tomorrow, I'll come get it. But if you can't fix it, I gotta know so I can extend the thing. And he's like, yeah, we'll call you tomorrow. There's no way they're calling me tomorrow. No way.
Uh,
There's no way.
what's the big deal if you extend the rental and then bring it back early?
It's not. It's not at all. But I have to go out of town this weekend because Nick has a tournament.
Well, it
So,
sounds like you're doing it in the family van.
which is cool. That'd be fine with me. But the lack of
You
urgency
you
on people these
on
days
behalf
is
of
ridiculous.
everybody you've dealt with. This is the whole experience is like a giant mush, like one after another, just
Right.
just nothing going right. So you
Right. So
so you
yes.
you reminded me of the window I broke.
When did
Um,
you do this?
my boss before the job I'm working now, in the one
Yeah.
I when I worked in West Palm Beach, when I would take the tri-rail up for an hour and 15 minutes to go do
Right. I remember that. Yeah.
construction work up there. This guy Tony, great guy. Like I loved working for him. If to be honest with you, if I if it wasn't an hour and 15-minute train ride each way, uh, and my workday wasn't like the 8 hours plus 3 hours of travel, I'd still be doing that job. I enjoyed working with him that much. He had a pickup truck that he used to haul all of his tools and the like table saws and whatever. It was a big truck. And
Right.
one day we were doing like we were done with whatever job we were working on, and it was like taking stuff down, like all these big tools and saws and whatever else, down an elevator, 3 flights, and then across a because of course you can't park close. It's always the guest spots are a mile away. So
Right.
so I'm taking and I'm loading all this stuff back in the truck. I've loaded all this shit in this truck, and the last thing I'm putting over by the gate, the tailgate end of it. I have to push the tailgate like a little extra hard to shove things forward to get it closed. And as soon as I do that, the wheelbarrow that's up by the front tips over a little, and one of the big metal handles goes right into the back window. And you just hear it was
Oh.
literally the Austin glass breaking sound effect. It was, I thought the
Did
music
you?
was going to play after that. And I was just stood there like,
Were you like mortified?
yeah, I was like, fuck me. And so I just, like, I'm standing there staring at it for like a good 5 minutes. And I'm like, fuck. And then I start walking back to the condo or apartment, whatever it was we were working in. And I go up the elevator and he's talking to like the homeowner. And I go, I got some good news and some bad news. He's like, what? I go, well, the good news is we're all packed up. He's like, he goes, what's the bad news? I said, I just shattered your rear window. And he's like, what? What? I go, yeah, like you're just something toppled over in the back and went through your window, man. And he's like, all right. And so he's walking down. He's going with me back to the truck, and it's like my walk of shame. And the whole way, he is just laughing and laughing and laughing. And I'm like, dude. And I'm like, you're making me feel terrible, man. And he just won't stop laughing. And as he sees it, he just starts laughing even harder. I'm like, oh fuck. Well, accidents happen. And then this is fucking hilarious. So what happens is, then he's like, yeah, and I'm fucking broke. And I'm like, listen, man, I'll pay for it, but can we do like 100 out of my check every week? He's like, yeah,
Right.
yeah, sure. So for like the next 3 weeks, he found out what the estimate was going to be to put a new window in, and for the next 3 weeks, he took $100 out. It was like $300, and then for the next like 4 months, he didn't get a new window in there. It was like, oh, now
So he took your money and then.
he's like, now I can fit the 2x4s in the back, and now I can do this. He, rain or shine, that window was left open, and fucking for 4 more months while I worked for him, he never got it fixed. So then here's the other funny part. He used to just, I mean, this truck was a wreck. There were like days he would say, I should just run this thing into a tree and collect the insurance for it. He just did not take care of this thing. It was a filth pit, all the food wrapper. I mean, he was a slob, and everything was a mess in there, and the truck was wrecked. And then the rear window's broken, so of course the back seat gets wet all the time and whatever. And there was like shattered glass in the back for a while and whatever. He then used to, like, when he would go do these kickball tournaments, and he'd give me the keys. And so those days I would drive from my apartment up to the job and do all the running around stuff. And like he had other crews working. So, when I would have his truck, I'd be going get them whatever they needed for their jobs, whatever. One day I had to get a bunch of, the baseboards for, a house.
Right.
Little runners on the bottom that you nail
Right.
them.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So there was a job we were doing. I was going to be cutting them and putting them in, and I had to go to the place that sells them, and I got it's like a couple of stacks of them, and they're heavy and they're like 15 feet long. And so what happens is you slide them all the way through through the back broken window, and they wedge on his dashboard against the front windshield. And then they hang out and they just kind of stick out the back, and you tie them so they don't flop around. But that, this way they're not, it was way easier to haul this shit with that window gone. So what happens is I'm driving, and all of a sudden I had to stop short because the guy in front of me stopped short, and all those things slid forward and put a giant spiderweb crack in the front windshield
Oh my God.
with him out of town. So I immediately call him and I go, "You won't believe what happened." And he's like, "What?" And I go, "I was driving to work and this thing flew off someone's back of someone's truck, and it bounced and it bounced and it hit your front windshield, and now there's a crack in your front windshield."
What do you say?
He's like, "Oh,"
I mean,
he's like, "Are you okay?" I go, "Yeah, yeah, yeah." And the windshield's fine. It's just got like it's like in the bottom right corner of the dashboard, windshield, and it spider webs out a little bit. And then over the next month or two, that crack kind of got a little longer and a little longer. But he still didn't get that one fixed for the rest of the time I worked for him. 2 months later, after working for my new job, he sent me a picture. He's like, "I got the windows replaced." I go, "What happened?" I go, "What happened? The front windshield got too bad?" He goes, "Yeah."
Wow.
What was funny was I thought he was going to catch on, because the next time he put a long plank in, it slid and it perfectly wedged exactly where that crack starts. So I thought he was going to be on to me. I was like, "Oh no."
But he didn't have.
He didn't what?
He didn't have a clue.
No. Listen, I was pretty straight up with him. I was so straight up with him about the back window that he bought the front window one.
Oh my God.
But what's the difference? It's still, an accident and blah, blah, blah. It was with...
Well, and the front windshield's free in Florida.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
It is. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, no, he even said that. He's like, "Why couldn't you have broken my front windshield?" Because when he went to,
Right,
you go to
free.
Safe Light or whatever, one of those places to do it.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. Yeah. So when you were talking about that reminded me of that fucking story. I have some good
Wow.
I had some good stories from that year working construction. Oh, my God. Some really good ones. But
Wow.
yeah.
Well,
Well,
so
I
now
guess...
I'm driving this minivan around like soccer mom,
Yeah.
basketball mom over here.
Yeah.
But I just got one more thing before.
Well,
we
I
end
think
this.
we've covered everything this week, haven't we?
Oh no.
Oh, here we
Oh
go.
no.
Listen, let me tell you something. I sacrificed my own dignity for this because it was funny, and for the sake of it being funny, I posted it. And now I'm
Okay.
going to pay for those consequences.
You sacrificed. You did this to yourself, pal.
I know.
Ben screwed Ben.
I know. I even in the video I said I think I just fucked myself.
I heard it. So, folks, we're now changing the name. I think Grumpy Ben is no longer. It's now Tubby Temples.
I don't even want to talk about this.
Listen. I'm going to tell you how bad this really backfired on you. Are you ready for this?
I've never had an attempt to fat shame someone backfire on me so badly.
Do you want to know how bad it backfired on you?
Yeah, go ahead.
Before you posted the video, Marco messaged me
Uh-huh.
and said he's now Tubby Temples. And I didn't have any context of why. And my first reaction was, okay. I didn't even ask what the story was behind it. I just said, okay.
Yeah.
And then you posted the video later on.
Yeah.
So I knew going in. And then I saw the video and I was like, oh, that fat bastard.
Yeah. So
that's it.
I mean, listen,
You
I
are the tubby one.
I mean maybe or maybe it won't stick. We'll see. But
It's
but
definitely sticking to the inner lining of your stomach.
easy. It's on our TikTok. But maybe I'll play the
Yeah.
audio at the end of this podcast just for everyone to have a good laugh at my expense. But I tried
Oh
to
yeah. Well,
fat shame Marco because he had a brownie wedged
I saw.
on his dashboard in the
I feel like,
one of the
but
little
he's
compartments.
220.
Huh?
He told me he was 220 today.
He said he's 220 or under 220. Yeah.
That's what he told me.
Yeah. Well, I mean, is that lighter than you?
I'm 229.
So then yes. Wow. So you're 229. So if I'm really afraid to get on a scale now because if I'm not 220, if I'm over 229, that makes me the fattest member of the Breakfast Club now. And
I hate to tell you, you could weigh 228. You're still in worse shape than me.
uh,
You could weigh 219. You're still in worse shape than me.
can you listen? I think I'm experiencing the thing that Marco experienced the mortification and public embarrassment.
This was the biggest backfire in history.
It is
It's bad.
yeah,
It's bad.
it's bad.
Because he's so motivated. He even messaged me his workout plan. Like, you're in trouble, pal.
What's his
Because
workout
I'm
plan?
not quitting. I'm not telling you.
Why? I'm not in competition with him.
You're right. You're gonna be fat, so it doesn't matter. No, he's gonna work out. He's got this whole plan. He's gonna work out. He's gonna get back in shape. He has a goal. You, sir, are in trouble because I'm not letting up. I got abs coming through.
Oh my God! If I have to hear about your abs coming through one more time, I think I'm gonna.
Listen, ladies, CJ, I'd ask Paula, but she's gonna take your side no matter what. Chrissy,
Right.
whoever listens, tell the man I got abs coming through.
Oh my God!
I mean, we could just get Jessica Jane on here next week and have
Yeah,
her.
but I feel like her opinion doesn't count.
All right, if you say so, Tubbs.
I feel
Tubby McGee.
I feel like
Tubby
she's
Pimples, baby.
she's way too in your corner. It's just not an unbiased opinion coming from her.
Listen, it ain't easy being Tubby.
Let me tell you something.
Been there, pal.
I told him that they're giving me this nickname came with a receipt, and that receipt is that I am going to use the word orgy more and more over the next few podcasts to get him in trouble again. Because
I like
hello,
this is nice.
yeah,
This is a good feud.
yeah. I don't know that's a feud, but
All right, we're 50 minutes in here, pal. We gotta go.
I was ready to go before we told the story, man.
Well, of course you were, Tubbs.
Oh Jesus Christ! All right,
Listen, I want to end it on this.
you're breaking up. I can't hear you anymore. We gotta go.
This is you.
Yeah.
I want to end it on this.
What?
I worked out in time to be. I finished my workout at 5:58 because I knew you were calling at 6 p.m.
Uh-huh.
I'm dropping Nick off at practice, and me and Lex, we're going Golden Corral because they got keto. They got keto, baby.
There's no more repulsive combination of words than golden and corral.
They got keto.
I'm going to tell you right now. You want me to tell you my golden corral story, or should I say that? I'm going to save my golden corral. I'm writing it down here. I'm saving my golden corral story for after you have to eat there, so you have to know what you put inside of you. Golden.
I'm going to get a little piece of steak and some salad. Come on.
It does not matter. This does not matter.
Post-COVID, pal. They're clean as a whistle.
Yeah, right. Golden Corral story. Period. Okay. Yeah. If these are if they're hiring from the same labor pool as the rental car place and your repair place, I think you're fucked.
Or I'll never get my steak tonight.
That's true.
All right. Goodbye.
Okay. Bye.
Goodbye.
5,000 sport coats, 1,000 pair of slacks, all must go Austin Burke. We guarantee you're gonna save a lot of money, Austin Burke. Austin Burke is open for business.
What is that?
A brownie.
What is that?
It's a brownie.
Oh no.
That's a treat for myself for later on today.
Fat Marco.
Oh, stop it. Stop it. I literally weigh under 220 now. Fuck you. Fat Marco, bro. I'm gonna perpetuate this to fucking TikTok hits, and we're gonna make fun. You're the fat one now, Ben.
I am.
Fat Temples.
Nope.
Actually, Tubby Temples. There we go.
Oh no.
Hashtag Tubby Temples. Wow!
I just fucked myself.